Hello, today I'm going to be giving my past culture presentation about the ancient people of Rapa Nui, or Easter Island, and the methods used by archaeologists to gain a better understanding of their past and the larger role they played in human history. The island of Rapa Nui is located in the South Pacific and is one of the points of the Polynesian Triangle, a geographic region of the Pacific Ocean where Polynesian people are native to. Today, the island is a territory of Chile, but its original inhabitants, also known as the Rapa Nui, are also named after the island, were ancient Polynesians that arrived in the 9th century and lived under a tribal society ruled by chiefs. What makes the Rapa Nui stand out is their artwork, which ranges from simple cave drawings done with clay to large stone statues several meters high. History surrounding the island is mainly of legends passed on through the oral traditions of the Rapa Nui people and then later written documents by European colonists. According to Rapa Nui legend, Polynesians had first arrived on the island after evacuating from their original home, Hava, which sank into the ocean, and were led by their king, Hotu Matua. Stories also tell of two different ethnic groups sharing the island, the Long Ears and the Short Ears, with the Long Ears earning their name from their practice of hanging stones from their ears to elongate them, and they were also known to be of stockier build and generally larger in stature to the Small Ears. The earliest written documents were from Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen, who arrived in the early 1700s and wrote that he did indeed observe two ethnic groups on the island that matched the descriptions from Rapa Nui stories. When Catholic missionaries arrived on the island about 100 years later to convert the Rapa Nui people to Christianity, they only found a population of about 100 people who told stories about war breaking out between peoples of the island, and historians believe that the introduction of diseases also wiped out much of the island's original population. Some anthropological theories surrounding the origins of the Rapa Nui people suggest more cultural intervention from native peoples of South America, due to the presence of potatoes and other American vegetables, as well with the similarities between Rapa Nui stonework and that of the native people of South America. This led Norwegian ethnographer Thor Heyerdahl to propose that the two groups sharing the island were so distinct from one another because one was of Polynesian descent and the other was of South American, with both cultures blending over time. Through archaeological surveys, locations of sites of past villages and most notably the Moai or Easter Island heads were located. Phytolith analysis of past villages, past sites where the Rapa Nui people would have inhabited, showed that they used ochre clay to use as painting for cave drawings and other kind of art, and they also were able to use methods of forestry to clear land for their settlements. Osteoarchaeology of the remains found on the island show that there were signs that two different kinds of people with different body types lived on the island, but not enough evidence to suggest that these were two separate ethnic groups. Also, injuries on many of the remains, as well as possible weapons in surrounding areas, do suggest that a war between peoples broke out. An excavation of the island show that at the time of the at the time of the war between people also coincided with the ending of the building of the Moai, or the giant Easter Island head statues. This suggests that at the time of the war, people stopped partaking in the arts because they were focused on surviving. Many of the remaining indigenous Rapa Nui people on the island are advocates of learning more about their culture and respect the science of archaeology, but they also are fighting for more land rights and the rights of their of their past ancestors to be protected. In conclusion, the island of Rapa Nui is a very important keystone in archaeological findings in the Polynesian islands.